Been in touch with Gravi while I was gone?
And why are you asking me that?
Because I just need to be sure.
About what?
Who you become while I was gone.
I became a widow in your absence. I wept on your pillow every night. I grieved for you. And just when I thought I had gotten past the heartbreak, you came back in the blip. And silly me, I thought we were going to undo all the pain together. Go back to the way we were, but no. You just up and vanished again, only this time it was voluntary. So, if you're interested in who I became in your second absence, I became me. The me I was before you. What other choice was there when you kept disappearing as if you were never really here in the first place?
Don't ignore it because of me.
I don't have that information at hand right now. You two, take care.
Something important?
Nope.
What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? I want to thank you for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing, all that beautiful stuff. The march to 300 subscribers is still on. We'll be doing a comic book giveaway. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit all those buttons to help us get more into the algorithm. I'd like to have our community grow beyond. We've already grown beyond my wildest dreams, and I hope that we can continue to grow through your interactions. I hope that we earn them by educating you in some sort of movie or TV show, entertain you. If we're doing any of those things, if we're pissing you off with our thoughts, you hit that like button and you let me know what I'm pissing you off about. I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all, bro. It's all natural, bro. Okay? So, we're going to talk about Secret Invasion Episode 3. Entitled Betrayed, directed by Ali Salim, written by Kyle Bradstreet, Roxanne Paradis, Brian Tucker, starring Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos, Olivia Colman as Sonia Failsworth, who is like Union Jack too. She's the British spy. She's British and everything. She talk like this. Yeah, get some fish and chips on the lift, Yakovna. Amelia Clark as Gaia, Don Cheadle as Rhodey, War Machine, Iron Patriot, Kingsley Ben Adir as Gravix, and Charlene Woodward as Priscilla, Fury's wife. Now, I'm going to hit some of the high notes, but I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about how I'm feeling about this series a little bit more than some of the things in this episode necessarily. But I'm going to run through what happened in the episode. There seems to be a lot of double-crossing, revelations and who's on whose side so far in this Secret Invasion spy thriller. We see Gravix and Talos have a meeting of the minds, so to speak, as he explains why he's doing what he's doing through a painting that they're looking at in this museum they decide to meet at. And he's talking about how the rich people who make the wars and the soldiers who go die in them, and that it's time for the soldiers to start picking up and defending themselves and their people instead of the rich, fat bureaucrat cats there living off the blood of the youth, which I totally understand. If you're a soldier, I cannot speak on the horrors of war. I've never been in a military war. I feel like I've been in war with life since I was born. So I have an indication of how it feels to always be on edge and stuff, and how trauma can affect you. You know what I mean? So I can definitely understand how, even though I have not been through the same thing as a Vietnam vet, a World War II vet, a Gulf War vet, I can understand how trauma can affect you on a long-lasting situation there. And I think Gravix definitely is reiterating he feels betrayed, he feels abandoned, and this is why he has enacted the plan he has enacted. His ultimate goal this episode is to have one of the newer members of this Rebel Skrull group that appeared in episode 1, him and 2 other Skrulls are going to impersonate naval commanders, go on this sub and release a nuclear missile into an airplane. It's a British sub getting shot at United Nations airline, full airport. Not full airport, full airplane. I know how to talk. Do you know how to talk? So he can create World War III, and because this is what happens when you have limited numbers, you have to more be a terrorist and attack key points, attack key people, because you don't have the resources to spare, like America, the United Kingdom, France, so forth, Russia, these type of superpowers, right? So the goal is to find out who the Skrull is impersonating the person who can either enact that plan, that launch, or decommission the launch. And it's up to Fury and teamed up with Talos to find this person. Also, in the meantime, we find out that Gaia has been helping Talos behind the scenes through all this time, because Talos and Fury find out about the attack through information Gaia had overheard Gravik speak to somebody about. But that conversation was a fake conversation in order to weed out Gaia as the mole. If you only give one person the information and that comes out, that's the person. If you tell 5 people that information, good luck finding the 20% that may be the person or not. So that's how he wound up finding out. He released key information about the attack in front of her only. That came out back to him through Talos and Fury trying to stop this attack. And eventually they do stop the attack at the last minute, because Gaia was able to retrieve the memories of the person that's being impersonated and is able to give this fail-safe words. So Fury and Talos save the day with that attack, but it has led to a major spoiler warning here now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which leads to Gravix killing Gaia at the end of the episode, when he shoots her because he found out about the betrayal, or kind of confirmed the betrayal. She turned back into a Skrull and he left. Now, the chances are they're going to have to remove the whole base and go somewhere else, because you're not sure how much information Gaia has given Talos at this point, and Fury. But just because she had turned into a Skrull at the end of the episode after being shot doesn't mean that she's technically dead. she might have just thought of she just might have thought ahead to have to do that to play possum, right? To play dead. So, but it seems at this time and juncture of the series that she is now gone. But she has scenes in some trailers that seem to be from upcoming episodes. So it seems like this is a sham, like a way for her to get away from Gravix. I'll lay here injured and pretend I'm dying or dead, and he can leave, and I can go bust a flex and muscle through and try to find my dad and Fury. We also see the Sonya Failsworth character torture Skrull for information, and Gravix went to go save him, but he winds up finding out that somehow, someway, he knew that the Skrull gave up the information about what the plan is here, right? And this was before Guy was discovered as the betrayer of the Skrulls. He winds up bringing the Skrull, who's tortured and everything, out to the woods and Minecrafted him. Well, two others Minecrafted him. He stayed in the car with Guy to see her reaction. He didn't believe he stayed quiet. We learn basically they're making super Skrulls through the Extremis program, through I'm trying to think here. Obsidian Cull, his hand, Groot's roots, and something, a frost giant power that they're combining to make themselves into super Skrulls, to make it as accurate as the original super Skrull was, because he copied the Fantastic Four's powers. So they're trying to make the super Skrulls look like that a little bit, and like the Extremis is the firepower, and Groot can stretch and stuff, and what have you. Obsidian Cull, he's like strong like Thing, right? And maybe the frost giant creature, it can camouflage itself and turn invisible. I don't know. We'll see. So they're trying to make the Super Skrull as unique as possible to the original without introducing the Fantastic Four yet. So that's where we are with the Super Skrull program. Gravix is already a Super Skrull because at one point when he got hurt, the Extremis program revealed itself and healed his hand. So Gravix technically is the first Super Skrull in the MCU. And then basically at the end where I'm going to leave off, because I think I pretty much covered everything. We see Priscilla Fury on the phone, and she wants to talk to Gravix, and we hear Rhodey's voice in the background on the phone saying, "No, you're dealing with me now." So it seems like Rhodey has been confirmed to be a Skrull, like we were assuming in episode 2, or he's a double agent, pretending to work for Gravix and really working for Talos and Fury, or what have you. We'll see. I want to talk a little bit about my feelings about the show, though, in a general sense. I'm a little disappointed with the series so far, because the Secret Invasion story in the comic books reached every corner of the Marvel universe, right? And I'm not expecting the Marvel Cinematic Universe to try to compress something like 150 issues of the Secret Invasion War in the comics into 6 episodes. But I have to say, some of the reveals have been really lame. And if Rhodey is really a Skrull, that will be the biggest reveal so far if he's been basically a Skrull since 10 years ago, or however many, from Iron Man 2, when they switched up Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle. So if he's been a Skrull that long, that is a big reveal. But I think they missed out on a lot of different things, man. I think that they could have even made Black Widow a Skrull, right? Where she dies at the end of her movie and turns into a Skrull. And you could leave that mystery out there for so long. And then make a movie, the search for Black Widow, right? And then she was so mangled and injured during the process, you can hire a new actress that kind of looks like Scarlett Johansson and just be like, well, this is how I came back out, from this process, that they had me in. The pod I was in destroyed my face, and with like a year or two surgery, I'm looking better, right? I don't know. I'm just spitballing, right? I'm just not really sure. Revealing that a news anchor and the United Nations leader are Skrulls, and the British UK Prime Minister are Skrulls. Yeah, I would expect that because you want to disseminate false information and be inside the halls of lawmaking to know where everyone is at and try to guide that, right? Manipulate that a little bit. But the fun part about the Secret Invasion story was to find out what superheroes or supervillains were Skrulls, man. We don't even have like a super villain that has been introduced that could have been like, oh man, he was a Skrull too? What? What? And I will say the saving grace for this show is the acting, bro. The acting is what's keeping me in this, despite some of my disappointment. Emilia Clarke hasn't really been able to bite too much into some heavy material, but Talos and Fury, man, the writing for these guys has been great. Gravix, I can really relate to his motivation. I can really say that out of all the shows that have come out recently, that he is one of the better villains. I'd like to maybe one day compare him to some of the movie villains, but I think he's definitely better than some of the other villains we had in the last few episodes. Last few shows, you know what I mean? I'm just a little bit more disappointed that we're not getting more reveals of Skrulls or anything like that. But I really feel like the acting, like I said, has been top notch for this. I'm obviously going to stick this series out. We got, I think, 3 more episodes coming. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe it will really pick up these last 3 episodes, because we have to wonder. Guy has been found out as a turncoat, and Priscilla, will she be found out as a turncoat, or is she pretending to betray Fury to then betray Gravix to help Fury? There is a trailer that shows Priscilla and Gaia working together. So we'll basically see where all this goes. Maybe that's what the next episode is, a Gaia and Priscilla heavy episode. And I'm really liking kind of the interaction between Talos and Fury and their back and forth. They're really, the writing and the acting. The writing and the acting for those 2 characters specifically has been French kiss, okay? French kiss? Chef's kiss. A French chef's kiss? What? Girl. But basically that's been my view of the first half of Secret Invasion. I want to know what you guys are thinking about the show, positive and negative. Are there any reveals that you are hoping for that are big, that are coming? And let me know if you think Rhodey is officially a Skrull or not. I'm going to say yes. you let me know down below. But that's my views of Secret Invasion Episode 3, entitled Betrayed. And until next time, peace, Snookums.